Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back over here to Universal Orlando, someplace we have not been in actually some quite time. So we decided to come on over today to enjoy everything, see what there is, ride some rides, and overall just have an epic day. And I'm only going to say that because less than 60 days we are away from brand new Epic Universe opening, not too far away from the original. So let's head on inside, let's see what there is. If you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and enjoy our day here at Universal Orlando. If you are curious, they are doing the facial recognition where pretty much if your ticket is linked with your face, you do not have to scan your ticket. So you can literally walk up like I did. I just showed my face and it let me right in. So you don't even have to worry about it. So it's trying to help with getting more people through the line. And I can see at Horror Nights how that's going to work really well. Same thing when Epic Universe does open, as long as your ticket's linked and you're linked with your face recognition, she'll let you right in and cut down on the amount of time you're waiting. So what is kind of funny is that right now at Universal, they still do have Mardi Gras going on. But we've never actually come to do Mardi Gras. We haven't seen the parade. We didn't do really that stuff of that nature. So we really didn't actually get to experience Mardi Gras at Universal. It's usually one of our favorite things to come and do. But the problem is for us, it's can be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour to get to Universal. So it tends to be one of those, we only come out when we're going to be doing something we're not going to be, are you going to be used to doing, or something like this where we would come out and do it, but we just never had time to do it because we had the cruise and then we were just busy all through the month of February, so we just kind of didn't do it. Also, another thing is that we didn't anticipate being busy today. It is right at the beginning of spring break time here in Orlando. And again, because this is also one of the cooler days we've had, you may get people out more frequently, just more busyness. Like I was already looking at wait times and like Velocicoaster's posting 110 minutes, Hagrid's is posting 120, Escape from Gringotts is posting like an hour plus, I think 75 when I looked at it last. So it's gonna be busy today, so we're just gonna kind of take it easy and just see what we can do throughout the day. So just walking through the Simpsons area, that was incredibly busy. I was actually kind of surprised how busy it actually ended up being. And especially like walking up through this area, it's just a lot busier than I anticipated. Like especially this side, like Universal, I feel like is a lot busier at night, especially with like having the cinematic celebration. They also having the parade at night and stuff. So I don't know, I'm just a little more surprised by how busy it actually is. And I mean, I know it's like spring break. Today is St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that. But I didn't anticipate it being this busy. I anticipated like maybe like next week into like throughout April be busier, but it is what it is. We'll just see what we can get done today. We are trying to see maybe we can do the float ride, like riding the floats for the Mardi Gras Parade, and be able to throw some beats. Maybe we'll try to do that this evening as well. Alright, let's take a little stroll into Diagon Alley because we do need to get ourselves a return time for Harry Potter Escape from Gringotts. But something pretty cool is that Universal has finally introduced a new interactive wand experience. So the brand new wands, they're supposed to be like 3.0 or something like that. So they're supposed to like have more interactiveness with it, like lights up more, stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. I want to see what they look like, but I'm not going to look here. I'm going to go to one of the other shops. It's maybe a little less hectic than here. What we did is actually, so while we were in Diagon Alley, we went ahead and ate at the Leaky Cauldron, which we actually hadn't eaten there. We eaten at the Three Broomsticks quite a lot over at Islands of Adventure in Hogsmeade, but we've never eaten at the Leaky Cauldron. And so I will say that I do like the space as a whole. However, it did take about 20 minutes from the time Kayla and her mom got in line, and really all three of us to get in line, to get up there to get our food. And the food was okay. Now, I will say I did get fish and chips, and I did feel like my fries were a little bit on the cold side and a little bit older. However, the fish was actually super fresh and like actually had a good crunch to it and everything. But I just like the atmosphere as a whole in there. But it's really interesting how they do it is that you go up to them, they ask coming into your party, and then they sit you at a table. So they literally have people literally walking you to the table. So you can't order ahead. You have to go wait in that line. And I think it's an okay system for that, but I definitely can tell that they've really improved the system when you look at something like the Minions or Circus McGurkus and all that stuff, because they really have emphasized on the pre-ordering before you get there, and then they take you to a table from that point. So But again, it's a good space. Honestly, I always say the Harry Potter food is probably some of the best at Universal. So if you want to, make sure you do check that out, because here and the 3 and Brood-Sticks, now they do have different menus though. So keep that in mind that it's not the same menu between the two. So like here they had like bangers and mash, they have shepherd's pie. Over on the other side, they have a lot more chicken, ribs, all that stuff. So keep that in mind. Make sure you check the Universal app for the menu so you can see what you actually want to get if you want to go over to 3 Broomsticks, either there at Hogsmeade or eat at Leaky Cauldron here at Diagon Alley. Play a really fun game. So let's see, because this gives us an idea how busy the park is. What is the Fast and Furious Supercharged wait at? 40 minutes for Fast and Furious Supercharged. It gives you an idea. This is one of the worst rides at Universal, and it's posting a 40-minute wait. Gives you an idea how busy the park is. I will say, I did not know that they had moved the tribute store, not in its normal spot next to the Mummy, but we're over here by where the old pass holder lounge used to be. I always thought this one was always more of like a summer one, like they're consistently like their Universal branded stuff. I didn't realize they moved the entire Mardi Gras one to this space. This is such a smaller tribute store, so I had only suggested because we were waiting on ride Gringotts, and so I suggested like let's go to the tribute store because I thought it was over by the Mummy, and now pretty much we're on the other side of the park now. This is Legends of the Bayou Museum and Gift Shop, a tribute store right here, but there's really no other sign outside of that. That's why I think I was so confused, because when you looked at it from the outside, it said like monsters, ghosts, and aliens. So I thought it was just related back to like normal Universal stuff. I didn't realize this was the tribute store this year. I do like the fact that they do have Bigfoot right here. That it makes me laugh so much. But it's kind of like a little museum they've got going on in here and stuff. All the different types of creatures. Swamp Monster, Mothman, Swamp Monster, and Mel's. Get yourself a Bigfoot, a replica of a Bigfoot. You got yourself a 30th exclusive popcorn bucket that has a little gator on it and always comes with the first fill is free. Looks like a little gator that almost floats. Then, of course, it looks like a guy just hanging out behind it. Legends of the Bayou. So I wonder if they just moved it into this space because it was a little bit bigger and better, because the other space is so large. You had to fill up almost 4 or 5 rooms worth of stuff. So they thought they'd go this way with it. But I just like the Legends of the Bayou and stuff. Oh my God, little Boo. Marty, celebrating Mardi Gras.
The Bayou Blueberry, build a bee bar.
Oh, hey, look. I mean, it does feel very, very hilarious in here because of all the different things they've got going on. Yeah.
It's like...
Oh.
Werewolf?
Yeah. Feels very Floridian, the swamp tours. Look at all the different gator popcorn buckets they've got to offer. Oh, you can get yourself some crickets and bug snacks. Okay, this is cool. I like this design, how they did this. I do like the Mardi Gras merch a lot, usually. I do love the cups that Universal provides, and these are $40, and they're just as good as like a Yeti or a Walla and stuff like that. So if you do get discounts, maybe an actually really good option to get if you like that kind of stuff. But look at all the crazy stuff in here. Oh, you got yourself a little swamp monster right out here outside of your swamp house. I kind of like how they've incorporated a lot of the way to hold the shirts inside. Oh, you got your little, well, they're cooking up some stew. I wonder what they've got this time. Also, these little creatures are pretty hilarious. But I do like the fact you have this chair right here where you can almost take a really good photo if you wanted. I don't want to right now, but that's fine. But you got the full moon kind of creeping through the broken area. Feels very much like being in the swamplands of Florida, if you ask me. But oh, look at the gator head right there. That's actually really cool. That's a really cool design. Oh my gosh, Kayla found a squishy cup. So I see why they ended up using this space now, because they don't have as much merch as they've had in the past, so it makes sense to use this space instead of the other one, which that tribute store is huge. So you have to fill up like 5 or 6 rooms worth of stuff. This one you only need like a couple of rooms to fill up in. So cool tribute store. Again, it's not like the best I've ever seen it. Trust me, there could always be better. But when you get to Halloween Horror Nights and you get to those tribute stores, those are the ones that are great. Or even like the holiday ones. Like the holiday ones are a lot of fun as well. I'm just kind of shocked that I'm not surprised now looking at it why they chose this space, because it's a lot smaller, probably easier for them to get all the decorations and everything into, but it's a really cool little store, and I do like that they do have 2 locations now they can do tribute stores in, so it really helps out with like whenever you need, if you have multiple open like they did last year. They had Mardi Gras and they had the summer one going when they introduced the new parade last year. Just a heads up that if you are coming to Universal, if you come past where the London area is, going towards where the old Survivors area was, this is usually a bathroom. This bathroom is currently closed right now. It looks like getting completely remodeled and redone, because you can see the sides are permanently done. So your closest bathrooms are going to be actually next to Men in Black or in Harry Potter in Wizarding World. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for bathrooms. There is one closed right in this area. So it gives you an idea. Harry Potter and Escape from Gringotts, what I first got a return time was an hour, it was 120 minutes. It is 3:30 in the afternoon and it is hosting 135 minutes, so yikes. So here are some thoughts I have about after getting off Gringotts. Number one, Universal and Disney are both horrible about this, is that when you get to a pre-show, they put you in a giant room and then they make you leave that giant room and then you go back into another line. So then it just creates confusion, creates kerfuffleness. I think the only 2 attractions that I feel like are the best about it, and they're both here at Universal, is Hagrid's, because they have started doing the queue again, or the pre-show, and they keep the queue going in there, so then it keeps the line where it was. And then I do feel like at Velocicoaster, they're good about having a pre-show, post lockers, but the lockers can cause some issues. So I feel like there's got to be a better solution to having a pre-show by keeping people in a queue. Secondly, there's no way that they could I think they should scrap the 3D glasses for Gringotts, and I think they could genuinely go to like how the Minions are. Minions 3D was a huge deal, but then they went away from it, and honestly, I think it's better now, because especially on that attraction, it would be so much nicer not to have the glasses. Because nothing against it, but sometimes the glasses kind of move around too much, especially during the drop and the launch. So my thoughts on that. And thirdly, they gotta do something about the locker situation for Gringotts. It is awful sometimes. Like when we first brought stuff up, it was fine, but then the second time around, trying to get our stuff was a horrible nightmare. Too many people, just too much happening. There's gotta be a better solution for the locker situation for Gringotts. Well, I always have to keep reminding myself that at some point, and I think it's September is what I was reading or hearing, is that Rip Ride Rockit will be officially closing down. And in my mind, I think it's about time. This ride has ran its course. It was an extremely cool, creative ride when it first debuted, but it is not aged well. It can't run when it's super windy. If it rains, it can't run. It's just not, I just don't think it's worth it. It's not worth the space anymore. And they probably could figure out how to redo some of the space, maybe include another coaster in some fashion. So we walked over here to Islands of Adventure, originally just to get a return time for Velocicoaster, because originally on the app it's been saying it's over an hour, it's 120 minutes, which means 2 hours. We walked up and it was only 100 minutes. Then they gave us return time for just an hour. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to do Velocicoaster, and then we're going to go back over to Universal Studios to try to do the parade for Mardi Gras. So try to end out the day, hopefully get some things done. Considering we've been here for right on the cusp of 4.5 hours and we've done a single attraction. Just showcases how incredibly busy it is today, unfortunately. And that's just the case. It is St. Patrick's Day. It is spring break time. It is going to be busy at theme parks. So what is pretty cool is over here on this side at Islands Adventure, they have an all Halloween boutique. And this pretty much has some of the stuff that's over at the Tribute Store, but it is also Halloween themed still. And this is another one that's actually opened like year round. So it's pretty cool because they have unique stuff you normally don't see at other places. Oh, some of the Mardi Gras merch is 30% off. So pretty cool. I just like the little gator. They're very big on this gator this year. Pretty much this is what
Bothers her because she thinks too deep into it. She doesn't know what looks like that.
So it's kind of the cool shirts they do have here. They've got like this October Forever, a cowgirl skeleton, got the Easter bunny with skulls and spines. Kind of looks like he's eating them because look at his face. Got a skeleton leprechaun. A couple other different types. So this is what's always cool about this gift shop is that they do have stuff like that all the time, and it's usually decorated based on what's going on. So like right now, nothing outside of like Easter, St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that, but I do always love like the colors of the leaves they put up and just what they have, because they always have unique things in this shop that they don't have anywhere else in the park. Little stop through Hogsmeade because we have about 20 minutes until we can go back to go ride Velocicoaster. So kind of want to see what's going on through here. Still kind of in search of the new interactive wands because they do have new ones and they're supposed to have like new lights effects or something. So I'm on the lookout for that. But I also am curious, what is the wait time for Hagrid's? Well, I will give credit where credit is due. I think the app's a little delayed, and that's actually a good thing because Hagrid's is only posting a 100-minute wait right now. I do think Hagrid's still does not have the express line open as of yet, like you cannot buy it yet. It's only like one of those, if it breaks down or something like that. I think there's too many issues still with it. So I did see the wands. However, let's be real, the store was unruly busy. Like, and it's understandable, that shop, the wand shop, and the other shop in Hogsmeade, and even the candy shop, those are incredibly busy all the time. So it's just something to keep in mind with those shops if you're looking to get something in Hogsmeade. They have about 60 to 70% of the stuff though at the front shop here, especially at Islands of Adventure, and even at Universal, or even at City Walk. So just keep that in mind. But there are certain things you can't buy. So like we ended up buying a ton of fudge. We bought 6 pieces of fudge, which was buy 4, get 2 free. And it was $22, $21 after my discount. So something you can't get at the front there. There is a candy shop though, but it's not all the like butterbeer options or any of the other like cauldron cakes or anything of that nature. Stuff like that. All right, time for us to come back and do one of the best coasters in the entire world, and the Velocicoaster. What's funny was when we came up earlier, it was a 100-minute wait. It's now 55, but single rider line is to capacity. All right, so Velocicoaster still holds up, and I always forget how insanely intense that second launch is every single time. I love the paddock section, I love the spaghetti bowl, and then when you get out into this outside, this as the high speed section, this carries so much speed. You don't really ever slow down. Once you come off the top hat, you go into the zero-G stall, you come through the helix style roundabout into that Mosasaurus heartline roll. There is no loss of speed, and it just holds speed so stinking well. It is so intense, and that's why it's one of the best roller coasters in the world right now. So I genuinely think that Islands Adventure has one of the best 3 coaster trio out of any like theme park in the world, because you have one of the most classics in the original in the Incredible Hulk with a launching lift hill into very smooth, credible storyline, everything else. But then you have Hagrid's, which was originally supposed to be a family roller coaster, ended up becoming more than that. It's got multiple launches. It has a forward, backward section, drop track for Pete's sakes. It's got multiple launches, and it's just one of the most heavily themed coasters out there. And then you have honestly one of the best roller coasters in the entire world in the Velocicoaster. Super incredibly fast. It's almost 2 parts to it. So Islands of Adventure just truly has the coaster lineup that any theme park could beg for. And the fact they have these 3 I really think it makes why Islands is one of the biggest names in the coaster industry. Walk from Islands Adventure back to Universal Studios because we are going to go over we are going to go watch the parade, see how many beads we can get for it. So our plan actually is, so the parade's already going to step off in about 1 minute, but we're actually going to go back to where it steps off next to where the horror makeup show is. Because the parade starts, it ends in the same exact spot. So the hope is that everyone else will already be leaving. We'll come up and be able to get a really spot to watch it as it comes back. And anyone's trying to get rid of any beads, they can throw them all to us. My favorite thing is the fact that you've got all of the confetti is still out from the floats, because the floats actually shoot off, most of them shoot off confetti, and a lot of them are shooting it off. So if you're interested where one of the spots they set it off was pretty much where they were standing right here, pretty much. So but I love it. So, but what's nice is a kind of a weird tip that a lot of people don't know about is that if you don't see it at the starter, like when we walked in, it was like right when it was starting, you can actually go back down that way, right in front of the horror makeup show, and actually see it coming back. But it actually was very, we were very lucky because we found spots where there wasn't a whole lot of people and we got a good amount of beads. Ooh, look at all the confetti.
Big ride, so yeah.
Well, since we were right here and it was only 5 minutes, kind of do VillyCon Minion. I love, like, this is always such a fun little, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I generally just enjoy it because I do love the Minions, and like this is just a lot more fun than like Minion Mayhem, which is the like 4D or traction ride. So, but I do like the fact that you do have to get your blaster and everything. So I won't be able to film, I'm not gonna film while we're doing it because I'm gonna try to get a high score on it. And with that, our adventures out to Universal Studios and Universal Orlando Resort will come to an end. Yes, we only got on 2 attractions today, ate at the Leaky Cauldron, but I will say the way we ended it out by watching the Mardi Gras Parade really was the highlight of the trip. I was kind of hesitant about if we wanted to stay or not, but man, I'm real glad we did because that parade was 10 out of 10. Once again, fantastic. And besides the fact that it was an extremely busy day, it was still a lot of fun. Just shows showcase that even if it is busy, it's still fun while you're at the theme park. So if you guys haven't done so, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Want to check out more adventures, just check them out on the channel or in the playlist that will follow. With all that being said though, as I do head on out because it is getting kind of cold and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, we'll see y'all in the next adventure.